जग की रखवाले करने वाले जगदम्बे मैया, महिमा तुम्हारी है निराली। ओ जगदम्बे मैया, जग की रखवाले करने वाले जगदम्बे मैया, महिमा तुम्हारी है निराली। ओ जगदम्बे मैया, जग की रखवाले करने वाले जगदम्बे मैया, महिमा तुम्हारी है निराली। ओ जगदम्बे मैया। तेरी दया से जीते हैं मैया, तेरे भरोसे चलते हैं मैया। दया से जीते हैं मैया, तेरी भरोसे चलते हैं मैया। सबकी घर घर में है दीवानी जगदम्बे मैया, महिमा तुम्हारी है निराली। ओ जगदम्बे मैया, जग की रखवाले करने वाले जगदम्बे मैया, महिमा तुम्हारी है निराली। ओ जगदम्बे मैया। दुखियों की घर में सुख बरसा दे, अंधियारे घर में दिया जलाए। के घर में सुख बरसा दे, अंधियारे घर में दिया जला दे। सबकी मीतारे रातें काली जगदम्बे मैया, महिमा तुम्हारी है निराली। ओ जगदम्बे मैया, जग की रखवाले करने वाले जगदम्बे मैया, महिमा तुम्हारी है निराली। ओ जगदम्बे मैया। चरणों में बैठ ऐसे मेरे राधे रानी प्रेम सुखदानी करे जोर जुग पानी हरे अगवानी।
ऐसे मेरे राधे रानी प्रेम सुखदानी करे जोरे जुग पानी हरे अगवानी।
ऐसे मेरे राधे रानी प्रेम सुखदानी करे जोर जुग पानी हरे अगवानी।
ऐसे मेरे राधे रानी प्रेम सुखदानी करे जोरे जुग पानी हरे अगवानी।
ऐसे बरसाने वाली भानु दुलारी कहाँ काई बनवारी जरे बनिहारी।
ऐसे बरसाने वाली भानु दुलारी कहाँ खाए बनवारी जाए बलिहारी।
ऐसे बरसाने वाली भानु दुलारी कहाँ काई बनवारी जरे बनिहारी।
ऐसे बरसाने वाली भानु दुलारी हाहाकाए बनवारी जाए बलिहारी।
जाए बनिहारी करे जाए बनिहारी।
जाए बलिहारी करे जाए बलिहारी।
जाए बनिहारी करे जाए बनिहारी।
जाए बलिहारी करे जाए बलिहारी।
ऐसे मेरे राधे रानी प्रेम सुखदानी करे जोड़े जुग पानी हरे अगवानी।
ऐसे मेरे राधे रानी प्रेम सुखदानी करे जोरे जुग पानी हरे अगवानी।
ऐसे मेरे राधे रानी प्रेम सुखदानी करे जोड़े जुग पानी हरे अगवानी।
ऐसे मेरे राधे रानी प्रेम सुखदानी करे जोरे जुग पानी हरे अगवानी।
हरे अगवानी करे 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 हरे अगवानी।
ऐसे
बरसाने वारे भानु मुरारे कहा थाए मन मारे जाए बलिहारे ऐसे बरसाने वारे भानु मुरारे कहा थाए मन मारे जाए बलिहारे ऐसे मेरे राधे रानी प्रेम सुख दानी करे जोरे जुग पानी हरे अगवानी करे जोरे जुग पानी हरे अगवानी करे जोरे जुग पानी हरे अगवानी। बोली श्री राधा रानी की जय, वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। I'd like to cordially welcome everyone this morning. As when we started, there was not so many of you here. So all those who have traveled very far distances, Varun and Vinud, welcome, and Samir. So this morning, devotees, as we engage in our Sunday morning devotion, I'd like all of us to take opportunity, those who are joining us online as well, join your voices at home as we sing very, very simple praises at the feet of Shri Krishna Bhagwan. Today is called Purnima. It is also the day of Holika Dahan, or the burning of Holika. Tomorrow is the celebration of Holi, and the period of Karmas will begin. So we join our voices very simply as we chant on to Shri Krishna. Govinda, 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 Radhe, Radhe, Govinda. We can't get any simpler than this, right? Govinda, 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 Radhe, Radhe, Govinda, bolo. Govinda, 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 Radhe, Radhe, Govinda. I invite everyone, if your eyes do not need to be open at this time, we please close them. And we internalize that divine form of Shri Krishna in our minds, in our hearts. As we sing this humble praise, very lovingly, at the feet of Shri Krishna, invoking and inviting that blessing, the grace of Shri Krishna into our lives, devotees. Govinda, 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 Radhe, Radhe, Govinda. Govinda, Govinda, Radhe, Radhe, Govinda, bolo. Radhe, Radhe, Govinda, राधे राधे गोविंदा
राधे राधे गोविंदा राधे राधे गोविंदा
राधे राधे गोविंदा राधे राधे गोविंदा
राधे राधे गोविंदा राधे राधे गोविंदा
गोविंदा गोविंदा गोविंदा राधे राधे गोविंदा
गोविंदा गोविंदा गोविंदा राधे राधे गोविंदा
राधे गोविंदा राधे गोविंदा
राधे गोविंदा राधे गोविंदा
राधे गोविंदा राधे गोविंदा
राधे गोविंदा राधे गोविंदा
ओ राधे गोविंदा
राधे गोविंदा
राधे गोविंदा
राधे गोविंदा
बोलो गोविंदा 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 राधे राधे गोविंदा बोलो गोविंदा 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 राधे राधे गोविंदा राधे गोविंदा राधे गोविंदा ओ राधे गोविंदा राधे गोविंदा ओ राधे गोविंदा ओ राधे गोविंदा अजुमन राधे गोविंदा अजुमन राधे गोविंदा अजुमन राधे 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 गोविंदा अजुमन राधे 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 गोविंदा गोपाल गोपाल नाचो गोपाला गोपाल गोपाल नाचो गोपाला नाचो नचो जय नंद लाला नाचो नचो जय नंद लाला रुम झुम नाचो गोपाला रुम झुम नाचो गोपाला जय नाचो गोपाला जय नाचो गोपाला नाचो नचो जय नंद लाला नाचो नचो जय नंद लाला राधे गोविंदा राधे गोविंदा राधे गोविंदा राधे गोविंदा बोलो गोविंदा 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 राधे राधे गोविंदा बोलो गोविंदा 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 राधे राधे गोविंदा 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 राधे राधे गोविंदा 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 राधे राधे गोविंदा। बोली श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल के जय। Hanumanji Chalisa tells us, devotees, Shri Guru Charan Saroj Raja Nij Man Mukur Sudhar Barano Raghuvar Vimalayasha Jodayak Phalachar. That after cleansing the mind with the dust that comes from the lotus feet of the Guru, so we've explained this, how can we cleanse the mind? How can we cleanse the mind? By application of teachings. Application of the teachings. In this age of Kali Yuga, we are taught that Nam Sankirtan, chanting the name of Bhagwan, is the most efficient way. The most efficient way of cleansing our mind and uplifting ourselves. There are many different paths that we can take. Many different approaches that we can take, For instance, all of you traveling from your homes today, there are many different routes you can take, and you would end up at the mandir. We can take a longer route, we can take a more convoluted route, or we can take the shortest route. Which one is most efficient though? That's what we look for, right? Because gas price is expensive. We look for the most efficient route to reach to the mandir. In the same way, devotees, to reach to a place of peacefulness, to reach to a place of serenity, we don't want to take the most convoluted one. We don't want to take the longest one. We want to take the most efficient route. The one that will get us there as quickly as possible. And this age, devotees, Nam Sankirtan, chanting the name of Bhagwan, is the most efficient way. Because why? It captivates our minds. The singing of the bhajans, the simple lyrics of the kirtan, it's not a lot of words, very simple. We don't really have to think about it, we just do it. That way we can apply our minds to the loving disposition and the loving aspect of Bhagwan. As we close our eyes, we can think of that beautiful form of Sri Krishna, Sri Ram, Lord Shiva, Durga Mata, Lord Ganesha, whichever aspect that we are worshipping. And we are glorifying at that time. We can think about that aspect. We do not have to worry about, where's the next line again? You understand? Nam Sankirtan, very simple kirtans. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. It's called Mahamantra. Mahamantra. Everyone knows this. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Ganganapate Namaha. All of these simple mantras, these simple kirtans, devotees. This is what we should be practicing on a daily basis. On a daily basis, many times people say, Baba, you saying my mind is dirty? I say, well, okay, you answer that question to yourself. Answer that question to yourself. How many times in my day do I become angry? How many times in my day do I entertain, bad thoughts against others? How many times in my day do I feel sad? How many times in my day do negative thoughts enter into my head? Then we know the level of cleanliness of the mind. That's not something somebody else has to determine for you. We have to determine that ourselves. What is the level of cleanliness of our minds? And then we know what we need to do. How do we clean it? How do we help ourselves? When someone tells you something that is perceived to be negative little bit, especially in this day and age, we have to be very politically correct. When somebody tells you something that can be perceived to be negative, our defense mechanisms come up right away. Self-preservation is good. But we have to understand, devotees, where is this criticism coming from? Where is negative feedback coming from? Is it coming from a place of concern? Is it coming from a place of love? You know, someone can love you and care for you and still criticize you. You know that? You know that? And when that criticism comes, devotees, it is coming from a place of concern, a place of love, where that person really wants you to become better. And this is a parent to a child. So, young ones who are here, please listen to this. Because when your parents tell you something, don't go in school and, oh, my friend said this. My friend said this. So this supersedes what my parents told me. This is what happens. All of a sudden, the friends know more than the parents. This is the reality of the world that we live in today. The reality of the world. So children, please give a listening ear to your parents, as what they're telling you comes from a place of concern, a place of love. Even though sometimes it might sound harsh. Even though sometimes it might sound harsh and you don't want to hear it, right? You don't want to hear it, but that is coming from a place of concern. So cleansing our mind, devotees, on a daily basis, very important. Very important. However we want to go about that, you know, we can sit down, sing some bhajans, we can sit down, do our job, we can sit down, do havan. There are many different approaches, but as I said, the most efficient and beneficial one in this age is chanting the name of Bhagwan. So at this time, devotees, we clasp our hands, we close our eyes, we bow our heads for a few moments as we seek the grace and blessings of Maryada Purushottam Prabhu Shri Ram. Before we read a few lines out of Shri Ramcharitamanas, we all pray. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Guru Charan Kamalebhyo Namaha. Ramaya Ram Bhadraya Ramchandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Neelam Bhuj Shamal Komalangam Sita Samaropit Vam Bhagam Pana Mahasayak Charu Chapam Namami Ramam Raghuvanshanatham. He Ram Purushottam Narhari Narayan Keshava Govinda Garuda Dhwaja Gunanidhi Damodar Madhava. He Krishna Kamalapati Yadupati Sitapati Shripati Vaikuntha Adipati Characharpati Lakshmipati Pahimam. Ādau Ramatapovanādigamanam Hatva Mrigam Kanchanam Vaidehi Haranam Jatayumaranam Sugreva Sambhashanam Bali Nigrahanam Samudra Taranam Lankapuri Dahanam Paschat Ravan Kumbhakarna Hananam Etadhi Ramayanam. Jai Ram Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Jai Ram Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram. We all join. Jai Ram Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
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 Jai Ram Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Jai Ram Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Jai Ram Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Jai Ram Shri Ram, Jai Ram Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Boli Shri Ram Chandra Bhagavan ki Jai. Last time, devotees, we read out of Sri Ramcharitamanas. Kakbhasundaji is starting to relate his existence to Garudaji. And Garudaji asked a very pertinent, important question, where he asked that, why did you keep the form of a vulture? Why did you keep the form of a crow? Why do you maintain this form even though you have the choice? You have a choice, you could have taken any form. And why is it that time has no power over you? Time has no power over you. And Kakbhasundaji made a very important statement, important enough that I think it's worth repeating this statement for the benefit of all of us, so that we remind ourselves what Kakbhasundaji said in this wonderful chopai. We listen. जप तप मख जप तप मख रामा जप तप मख सम दम व्रत दाना बिरति विवेक जोग ज्ञाना श्री राम जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय सब कर फल रघुपति पद प्रेमा श्री राम जय राम तेहि बिनु को तेहि बिनु को रामा तेहि बिनु को न पावे क्षेमा श्री राम जय राम जय जय श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम रघुपति राघव राजा रघुपति राघव राजा जप तप मख सम दम व्रत दाना. These words very important, devotees, for us to understand. Jap, we understand what that means. To repetition of the name of God. To do repetition of the name of God. Tap means penance. Penance. You know, when we hear the word penance, we feel like punishment. Right? So Yato might remember, you know, when we were small, you do something wrong in school, they used to give you something called penance. Right? Well, these young ones don't know about that. Right? Uncle Neil know. Right? They give you penance. You have to write whatever for so many times and your hand cramping and hurting. And that's a lesson. It's a lesson. But the penance, devotees, that is spoken about here is not punishment. Penance means that we hurt ourselves a little bit to cleanse ourselves. Some type of penance that we undertake. Makha, sacrifice. Dhamma means to control the sense organs. Control our senses. To have control of them. Brata, to have observances, to perform different observances, such as, Navratri is coming up, so some people will decide that I'm going to fast throughout the period of Navratri. I'm going to stay away from salt, etc. Whatever you can manage to do. For Mahashivratri, we will keep awake at night etc. These different types of things is called vrat that we will take. Dana. Dana means to give charity, to give. To practice dispassion, detachment. To practice proper judgment, to make proper decisions. Not to give in to whatever the mind says to do at the moment. Just to take the time and pause and think about, where's my mind carrying me? Where's my mind leading me at this moment? Is it leading me in the right direction or wrong direction? It's taking that time to pause and think. Practice good judgment. And the Vijnana. Vijnana means spiritual wisdom or spiritual knowledge. Spiritual knowledge. There's a difference between Gyan and Vigyan. Gyan is knowledge. Vigyan, spiritual knowledge. What's the difference? What's the difference between Gyan and Vigyan? What's the difference between knowledge and spiritual knowledge? Spiritual knowledge does not have an ego attached to it. It's a big difference. We can attain a little bit of knowledge and then we feel, oh, I know it. I know it all. You ever hear somebody say that? Oh, I know that already. I hear that already. I know. You know how much people named Noah? Them know everything. Them named Noah. No devotees. The moment we get it in our heads that we know, I always say we put a block in front of ourselves that the knowledge cannot flow to us. Spiritual knowledge, devotees, does not have any ego attached to it. We always feel like the cup is empty because the amount of knowledge is so vast. The amount of knowledge is so vast that we can, even one drop of that knowledge is plenty. It's plenty for us. But it's so vast, devotees, we should never feel that never have that feeling inside that I know it already. No, Baba, I hear that katha already. Listen now. Listen. You might learn something new. You never know. You never know, devotees. When we open our ears, we give ourselves a chance. We give ourselves a chance to learn. Something very simple to do. Not very hard to do. But what happens, devotees? Baba saying that katha again, boy. He's saying that katha again, But, if you go to school, the teacher might be repeating a lesson. Teacher saying that again, but you get 100% in the last test. You understand? Until we are perfect devotees, there's room to grow. There's room to learn. Always remember this. And this is what spiritual knowledge means. Vigyan. And he says, the fruit of all of these practices, is what? Bhakti. Devotion to the feet of Prabhu Shri Ram. Boli Shri Ram Chandra Bhagavan ki Jai. And he didn't stop there. He did not stop there. He said, the fruit of all of this, devotion to the feet of Prabhu Shri Ram, without which no one can enjoy any type of peace. We cannot enjoy any type of peace, devotees, no matter where we look, no matter where we search. We'll get peace in pieces. You understand? You'll get little pieces of peace here and there. But you will not have lasting peace. You will not have lasting peace, devotees. And he goes on to say, let us hear in Chopai. तन राम भगते मैं पाए ताते मोहि ममता अध अधिकाए बोलो श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
जेहिते का जो निज स्वार्थ होए श्री राम जय राम
जय जय राम
तेहि पर ममता कर सब कोई बोलो श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम
जय राम जय जय राम
Kagbasunda ji goes on to say, Ehi tan Ram bhagati mai pai. He says it is in this form, in this body, that I attain bhakti to the feet of Prabhu Shri Ram. Boli Shri Ramchandra Bhagavan ki jai. In the form of a crow. In the form of a crow, Kagbasunda ji attained that bhakti to the feet of Prabhu Shri Ram. Now this is an anomaly, We are told in our scriptures, Bare bhagya manusya tan pava, that by great good fortune blessings we have been given, blessed with this body of a human being. Sura duralabha sab grantahi gava. Sab grantahi means all the scriptures declare that even the suras, those who live in the heavens, would like to obtain this form. Because it is said that only in this form we can attain God realization, salvation, moksha, liberation, whatever we want to call it. But devotees, here it is. Kagbasunda ji has attained in the form of a crow. So this is not a normal situation. This is an anomaly. But he was blessed. He was blessed with this. We'll hear later on in Katha how this came about, that he was blessed. That to attain this bhakti at the feet, the love for the feet of the Lord in the form of a crow. He says that it was in this form I was blessed with Ram Bhakti. And he says, Tate mohi mamata adhikai. He says, this is why I have this mamta. That's why I have this special liking, this special attachment to this form. Because I have attained Ram Bhakti in this form. This is why I have that special liking to it. He says, Jehite kachu nij swarat hoi, tehi par mamata kar sab koi. That everyone loves something that allows them to achieve something very dear to them. Right? I can speak from the perspective of a young man growing up, and maybe they have a nice little car, right? Their first car, and they have special memories of that car, right? And sometimes hold on to it. So something that you hold very dear to you, that gives you some sort of peacefulness. And you have special attachment, special liking for those things. And here it is, Kagbasunda ji is comparing. He's comparing, but he's saying that what he attained, the bhakti of the feet of the Lord in this form. This is why he has that special liking, that special attachment to that form. And he goes on to say, let us hear in Shruta. श्रुति सन्मत सजन कहहि पन्न गारे आस नीते पन्न गारे आस नीते करे जानी निज परमहिता अति निजहु सन प्रीति सिया पति रामचंद्र जी की जय शरण. He says, Shruti Sanmata Sajjana Kahi. He says, all the Vedas, the Shastras, all the scriptures will declare that this is a very sound teaching. Pannagari Asi Niti. The rules and regulations that we should follow. He says, Kariya Jani Nija Paramahita Ati Nichahu Sanpriti. That no matter how low a person might be or something might be, in our perception, in our perception, we have this type of discrimination where we will say this person is high, this person is low, this person is educated, this person is not educated, this person rich, this person is poor. We have this type of discriminations happening in our minds, right? We see a person dressed a certain way, automatically our mind starts to process. Our mind starts to process. Or this person probably don't have money. Or this person probably living in poverty. Or this person is probably very rich, or they probably have a very good job, etc. Mind starts to process. But here it is. Even, he's saying that even to those who may seem to be the lowest, if they're doing good for us, that love should be shown. Love should be shown to anyone and everyone, as long as they're doing good for us. They're doing good for us. Now, as I mentioned, our perception of what seems to be good has to be correct. Has to be correct. We have to analyze carefully. Somebody giving the child candy all the time, right? The child will think that's good. I love this person. I really like this person. I want to stay with this person because they give me candy all the time. And then the person who want to give them medicine and say, no, I don't like this person. I don't want to stay with them. They're very mean. They're very harsh. So perception of what is good, what is not good has to be correct. Has to be correct. Not only the things that we enjoy is good for us. Somebody who buttering up all the time, buttering us up. Nice words all the time to us. We want to stay close to them. But do they really have our best interests at heart? That's what we have to think about. So even the lowest, somebody who we feel that might be the lowest, but if they have good intentions for us devotees, we show a lot of love and affection to those. Keep them close. Keep them close to you. Good friends are hard to come by. Good associates are hard to come by. Must always bear this in mind. Bear this in mind. Few and far between, as we would say. And he goes on to say, let us hear in the next surta. तेहि ते पातंबर रुचिरा पात कीत ते होय रामा पात कीत ते होय परम अपावन प्राण सम क्रमे पालय सब कोई रामा क्रमे पालय सब कोई सियावर रामचंद्र पद जय शरणम शंकर हरि ओम जय जय सिया राम. He goes on to make an analogy here. Very wonderful, devotees. Silk is a very expensive material, isn't it? Silk, who likes to wear silk? Very nice, right? Silk comes from, do we know? Silkworm, right? Do we know this? Silk comes from the silkworm. How many people like worms around them? Silk comes from the silkworm. But from that silk, beautiful, expensive garments are made. How many people will think twice now about silk garments? Devotees, it is made from the silkworm. And we would consider a worm to be very low form. But devotees, the importance of earthworms. Right? Vinod, you know what the earthworms do? Why are they important? They create aeration in the soil. Right? Which is very important for the plants to grow. Right? So even, everything has a purpose. Everything has a purpose. We say even, what is the purpose of a mosquito? But the mosquito has a purpose too. Everything that Bhagwan created has a purpose. There's a purpose for everything, devotees. So the silkworm that, we may consider to be very low in nature, but beautiful silk garments are made from the silk that it creates. So people take very good care of that silkworm in order for it to produce that silk, so that we can get these beautiful garments. People will take care because they see the value. They see the value in it. And this is what we must look for, devotees. We must look for the value in the experiences of our lives. If we don't see a value, devotees, then we'll say, oh, I'm just wasting time. I'm just wasting time. If we don't see the value of coming, to the mandir to sit down and take part in a satsang, take part in the kirtans and whatnot, then we'll consider that a waste of time. If we don't see a value of going to school, then we'll consider that a waste of time. If we see value in going to sit and watch a movie, then we will go. If we see value in, watching a sporting event, then we will go. If we see value in a party, then we will go. Whatever we see value in, we will go towards it. We'll go towards it because in our mind we are thinking, yes, if I go here, if I do this, if I take part in this, it's beneficial to me. So devotees, we have to think about what is good for us. Analyze our thinking. Each and every day, we should think. Einstein said that the definition of insanity is doing the same things over and over and over again, expecting a different result. Doing the same things over and over and over again, expecting a different result. So, if we go through every day the same way, and we don't make any changes, and when I say changes, I don't mean changes for the worse, changes for the better. If we don't make any changes for the better, do you think something will change? Automatically. It will just happen, fall in our lap somehow. Happiness will fall in our lap. Do you think this is possible? Do you think this is possible, Brandon? You think we just go through life anyhow? Don't care? And one day happiness will fall in our lap. No, we have to look for it. We have to work for it. We have to do the things that will lead us into that direction. So devotees, Kalbu Sundarji saying these wonderful words. What does he say? Let us hear further. Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama. Everyone, Shri Ram Jaya Rama, स्वारत साच जीव कहूँ एहा, स्वारत साच जीव कहूँ एहा, मन क्रम बचन, मन क्रम बचन राम पद नेहा। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम, श्री राम सोए पावन सोए सुभग शरीरा, सोए पावन सोए सुभग शरीरा, जो तन पाए, जो तन पाए भजिया रघुबीरा। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम। everyone, श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम,
जय जय राम।
स्वार्थ साच जीव कहु एहा, मन क्रम बचन ram pad neha. He says, the real self-interest. Self-interest doesn't mean to be selfish, but we must look after our self-interest. We must look after ourselves. This is important. Self-care is important. Self-care is important. Care about yourself doesn't mean that you're selfish. Right? If you wake up in the morning and you decide, you know what, I want to be healthy, I'm going to exercise, I'm going to take my vitamins, I'm going to lead a healthy lifestyle. Does that mean you're selfish? No. It means you're taking care of yourself. You wake up in the morning, you go and you light your day, you say your prayers, you offer a lot of water to Surya Narayan Swami. That is taking care of your spiritual self. These are important activities. So the real self-interest of every creature, every being, he says, lies in man krama bachana ram pada neha, cultivating devotion to the feet of the Lord in man karm bachan, thoughts, words and deeds. Cultivating devotion to the feet of the Lord in your thoughts, your words, your deeds. Meaning, devotees, that our thoughts should become like puja. Pure like puja. When we have puja in our homes, what we do? What we do when we have puja in our home, Lalita? Clean from the top. Right? From the top, come down, everything. Changing curtain, everything. Right? We prepare and we want it to be very clean for Bhagwan to come. Right? Our thoughts should become like this. Our thoughts should become like this. Our words should become like puja. Our words should become like puja. You go puja, you quarrel? You go puja, should you quarrel? No. Should you become angry? Should you speak harshly? No. Thought, words should become like puja. Karma or activity should become like puja. Activity should become like puja. Kalbusundaji, remember whose words are these? Not my words, devotees. I'm simply relating what is here. Simply relating what is here. Kalbusundaji, a self-realized soul, God-realized soul, is saying this. The real self-interest of every living being is to cultivate devotion to the feet of the Lord in thoughts, words, and deeds. If we don't take away anything else from today, devotees, let us take this away. Let us take this away. That is our real self-interest. It's very important, devotees, as we spoke about earlier, to chant the name of Bhagavan. Chanting the name of Bhagavan helps us in many, many different ways. Many, many different ways. And it helps us to create that love in thoughts, words, and deeds to the feet of Bhagavan. Bhajan tells us, devotees. नाम हरे का जप ले बंदे फिर पीछे पछताएगा. नाम हरि का जप ले बंदे. We are saying to chant the name of Bhagavan. Otherwise, what will happen? फिर पीछे पछताएगा. That we'll end up with regrets in life, devotees. That we missed so many different opportunities that came to us. नाम हरे का जप ले बंदे फिर पीछे पछताएगा. नाम हरे का जप ले बंदे
फिर पीछे पछताएगा.
तू कहता है मेरी काया, तू कहता है
मेरी काया,
काया का गुमान क्या. चांद सा सुंदर ये तन तेरा, चांद सा सुंदर
ये तन तेरा,
मिट्टी में मिल जाएगा फिर पीछे पछताएगा. नाम हरि का जप ले बंदे फिर पीछे पछताएगा. नाम हरि का जप ले बंदे
फिर पीछे पछताएगा.
वह से क्या तू लाया बंदे, वह से क्या तू
लाया बंदे,
यहाँ से क्या ले जाएगा. मुट्ठी बांध के आया जग में, मुट्ठी बांध के
आया जग में,
हाथ पसारे जाएगा फिर पीछे पछताएगा. नाम हरि का जप ले बंदे
फिर पीछे पछताएगा.
नाम हरि का जप ले बंदे फिर पीछे पछताएगा रे, फिर पीछे पछताएगा रे.
फिर पीछे पछताएगा.
So understand? फिर पीछे पछताएगा means that पछताएगा means regrets. It means regrets. So later on in life, if we miss opportunities, we'll regret it. We'll regret it. You know, as you tell children going to school, if you don't take the opportunity to take an education now, later on you'll regret it because you have to go and work in a very hard type of job. Very laborious type of job. If you take the education, you know, you sit down nice and put on a tie. Sit down behind a nice desk. Enjoy. You know? If that's something that you like to do. Right? Some people like to work hard, that's okay. But the education gives us choice. Gives us a choice. Same with devotees. We do not want to live our life in such a way that in the end we have regrets. That when we close our eyes, we have to leave this world. Then we thinking, oh gosh. All them times I went in the mandir and the bhajan was singing, I didn't sing. What we can do then? All the time I went puja, I didn't clasp my hands and close my eyes. I didn't take the time to pray. What we can do then? This is what Pachtayaga means. Regrets. Regrets. You know, as part of Antyeshti ceremony, there's a part that, you know, it's done not normally, but there's a part that says the regrets of the soul. Not really the soul, but the regrets of the individual. Regrets of the individual. And this should not have to be said. It should not have to be done because we should live our lives such a way that there's no regrets. So, bhajan has very wonderful meaning, devotee says, Tu kahta hai meri kaya. Tu kahta hai meri kaya means that we come into this world and all of a sudden we say, this is my body. This is my body. It's mine. Kaya ka guman kya. And then we develop pride about it. Become very proud about it. This body of ours. Chand sa sundar ye tan tera. Now we start to compare it to beauty. You know, it's so beautiful like the moon. So beautiful this body is. And what happens? Mitti mein mil jayega. One day it ends up in the earth. When we're young and have no wrinkles and no gray hair, we're very proud of the body. And when I start to get old, and what happens, devotees? What happens then? We still try to maintain it somehow. We get anti-wrinkle cream. Not only auntie is wear it, uncle is wear it too. No. You understand? We try to maintain. Nothing is wrong, devotees. I'm not saying don't use it. But understand it. Understand it for what it's worth. Understand it for what it's worth, devotees. The body is not something that we should become too much attached to, because we have to let it go one day. We have to let it go one day. The Atma, the devotees, the Atma that we allow to be conscious at the time, it will recognize when the body is no longer functioning at an optimum level. And that Atma will choose to discard it. That Atma will choose to discard it at that time and attain another one. Attain another one. So, don't worry about, the beauty is going, the hair is getting gray, maybe waistline getting a little bigger. All those things happen with age. That is fine. This happens. We have to make sure that we take care of ourselves, but don't become too proud about the devotees. Vaha se kya tu laya bande? It says where you came from, what you brought. Not from home, Where you came from before you was born. Where you came from before where you was born, what did you bring? What did you bring? So maybe you bring anything? You bring ice cream, boy. The day he born, we had a big ice storm. No, we didn't bring anything into this world. Nothing material, that is. Right? Yaha se kya le jayega. And where we going, what we going to carry? What we going to carry with us? You going to carry anything from here? You going to carry anything from here? No, devotees. We wouldn't carry anything from here. Muthi ban ke aya jagame. See, when we born, the hands was like this. Clasp. Like a fist. right? We know you won't remember when he was born, right? But when he was born, your mom and dad can tell you, hands was like this, and haath pasare jayega. And when we leave the world, hands like this, open like this. Very instructive. Very important to understand. We didn't bring anything, we didn't carry anything. Right? There's no space. No space to bring anything, and we can't hold anything to carry. It's very important, devotees. Phir piche pachtaega, that we should understand. Do not have regrets, devotees. Do not live in a way that we'll have regrets. Boliye Shri Raja Ramchandra Bhagwan ki jai. Very quickly, the time has gone this morning. I wasn't keeping track of it. But we'll engage in final arti at this time. So those who are desirous of performing arti, there'll be extra thalis prepared for you. Let us all please stand as we take part in Sri Ramayana Arti. Om Sajang Chavarti Sanyuktam Vahanina Yojitam Maya Deepam Grihan Deveshu Trailokyam Timirapaham Arati Shri Ramayan Ji Ki Kirati Kalita Lalita Siyapi Ki Arati Shri Ramayan Ji Ki
Kirati Kalita Lalita Siyapi
Gavat Brahmadika Muninarada Gavat Brahma Valmiki Vigyan Visharad Valmiki Vigyan Shukha Sanatari Shesha Arusharad Barani Pavan Sut Ki Rati Dekhi Arati Shri Ramayan Ji Ki Kirati Kalita Lalita Siyapi Ki Gavat Veda Purana Ashtadash Gavat Veda Purana Ashtadash Chaho Sastra Sab Granthan Ko Ras Chaho Sastra Sab Muni Jan Dhan Santan Ko Sarabas Sar Ansh Sammat Sab Eki Arati Shri Ramayan Ji Ki Kirati Kalita Lalita Siyapi Ki Gavat Santat Shambho Bhavani Gavat Santat Arughat Sambhav मुनि विज्ञानी औरुघत संभव
मुनि विज्ञानी
व्यास आदि कवि बरज बखानी काग भूसुंदे गरुड़ के आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय पी की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित सिय पी की
कलिमाल हारानी विषय रस फेंके कलिमाल हारानी
रस पीके
सुभग श्रृंगार मुक्त जुवते के सुभग श्रृंगार मुक्ते दलन रोग भाव मोरे अमेके तात मात सब विधि तुलसी के आरती श्री रामायण जी के कीरति कलित ललित सिय पी के
आरती श्री रामायण जी की
कीरति कलित ललित सिय कीरति कलित ललित सिय पी के कीरति कलित ललित
सिय पीके
हरे राम 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 सीता राम 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 हरे राम राम राम
सीता राम राम राम
हरे राम 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 सीता राम 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 हरे
राम राम सीता राम राम राम
हरे राम 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 सीता राम 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 हरे राम राम राम
सीता राम राम राम
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
हरे राम 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 सीता राम 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 हरे
राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
हरे राम 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 सीता राम 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 हरे
राम राम सीता राम राम राम
हरे राम 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 सीता राम 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 हरे राम 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 हरे राम 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 सीता राम 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 हरे राम हरे राम 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 सीता राम 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 हरे हरे राम 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 सीता राम 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 हरे राम 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 सीता राम 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 हरे राम 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 सीता राम 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 हरे राम 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 हरे राम 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 सीता राम 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 हरे हरे राम 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 Sita Ram 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 Hare Rama Rama Ram
Sita Ram Ram Ram
Hare Rama Rama Ram Sita Ram 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 Hare Rama Rama Ram
Sita Ram Ram
Hare Rama Rama Ram Sita Ram 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 Hare Rama Rama Ram Hare Rama Rama Ram Sita Ram 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 Hare Rama Rama Ram Hare Rama Rama Ram Sita Ram 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 Hare Rama Rama Ram Hare Rama Rama Ram Sita Ram 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 Hare Rama Rama Ram Hare Rama Rama Ram Sita Ram 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 Hare Rama Rama Ram Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 बोली श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. So at this time, devotees, we will engage in our final prarthana. May we all clasp our hands, we close our eyes, we bow our heads. If you have flowers, take a flower in your hand. We humbly pray and ask grace and blessings of the Divine Lord to be upon each and every one who have come out today, each and every one who have joined us online today and engaged in devotion. We cannot stress enough, devotees, the importance of attending and being part of devotional services on a regular basis, as it keeps that thought fresh in our minds at the feet of Bhagwan, reminding us of the power and the importance of praying, chanting, doing our devotions, being humble and kind and merciful and helpful. All of these wonderful thoughts are echoed from our scriptures. And when we find ourselves in such association, it brings our mind to a better state. We humbly pray and ask grace and blessings, guidance of the Lord to be with us all. As we all move through this journey of life, may this life become one of peace. May this life become a fruitful one. May this life become one where we achieve higher and higher states of serenity and peace in our own lives. We all pray together, devotees. Hari Om Mantrahinam Kriyahinam Bhaktihinam Janardanam Yat Pujitam Maya Devam Paripurnam Tadastu Me. Om Vahanam na janami visarjanam Pujam chaiva na janami kshamyatam parameshwara Tvameva mata shapita tvameva bandhu shasaka tvameva Tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Om asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityurmamritam gamaya. हे सर्व शक्तिमान सचिदानंद निराकार निर्विकार सर्वधार सर्वेश्वर सर्वव्यापक अंतर्यामी अजर अमर नित्य पवित्र सृष्टिकर्ता को बारंबार नमस्कार है। हे परमात्मा भविष्य वर्तमान दुखियों का कष्ट हरण करके सुबुद्धि को प्रकाश कर कि जिससे सबका मंगल होए। ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम। Gopal Nandlal, Gopal Nandlal, Gopal Nandlal, Gopal Nandlal. We all call out to Shri Krishna. Gopal Nandlal, Gopal Nandlal, Gopal Nandlal, Gopal Nandlal. Krishna Govinda Govinda, Gopal Nandlal. Krishna Govinda Govinda, Gopal Nandlal. Krishna Govinda Govinda, Gopal Nandlal, 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 Gopal. Krishna Govinda Govinda, Gopal Nandlal. Krishna Govinda Govinda, Gopal Nandlal. Krishna
Govinda Govinda, Gopal Nandlal. Krishna
Govinda Govinda, Gopal Nandlal. We all raise our voices as we take part in the final Jaikar. Boliye Siyavar Ramchandra ki Jai, Umapati Mahadev ki Jai, Pavan Sut Hanuman ki Jai, Vrindavan Krishna Chandra ki Jai, Orisa Jagannath ki Jai, Bolo re bhai sab santan ki Jai, Siyapati Ramchandra ki Jai, Bolo Satya Sanatan Dharma ki Jai. Jai Jai Sitaram. Aasan lijiye. Please have your seats. So before I let our online congregation go, just a few announcements. It's very hard to decide which ones we should announce first. But for those who are not aware, most of you will know Sri Sheetalji, who comes to the mandir every so often. And his Dharmapatni recently passed away. And last week Saturday was the Madhyam Shodashi, or the first Shraddh that we performed. And Sheetalji is leaving to return to India in April. So he wanted to do a memorial satsang here at the mandir next week, Saturday, starting around 4 p.m. So it'll be geared towards more kirtan, bhajans, maybe a little bit of Bhagavad Gita teachings in her name. So those who can attend, please feel free to come out and join with Sri Sheetalji and ourselves with satsang in memory of his Dharmapatni. Navratri Yagya begins on 9th of April onto the 16th of April. 16th is Sri Ram Navami. Sri Durgashtami is on the 15th. So it's a very wonderful time. It's the start of our new year. So wonderful time to have 9 days, or in this case 8 days of celebration and worship unto our Universal Mother, Prabhu Sri Ram as well. Sri Hanuman Jayanti is on the 23rd of April. I believe that's a Tuesday, right? So nevertheless, we will be joining here in the mandir for worship unto Lord Hanuman. And Ganesha Chaturthi in the month of April falls on the 27th. So we'll be having Lord Ganesha Puja being done here at the mandir starting around 10 a.m. And together with this, we're having a small fundraiser for the mandir. As I said, we're trying to, promote our fundraising a little bit. So for about 3 hours or so, we'll be engaged in kirtan bhajans on that day. Different devotees will be coming to render their bhajans and contributions in this form. And, those who would like to contribute towards this program and towards the mandir, we invite all of you to come out and take part with us on that day, Saturday, 27th of April. Also, birthdays that we missed. I wasn't here last week, Sunday, but one of our very hardworking members in the back, we don't see her face normally in front, but Gail celebrated her birthday earlier this month, and little Swarupta, or big Swarupta, celebrated her birthday earlier. Also, my little niece Avantika celebrated her birthday as well. Vikram Singh and Ram Sarju also celebrated his birthday earlier this month. So happy birthday to all of these devotees who have celebrated. Wishing you, Bhagwan's choices, blessings, and for many, many more to come. So next 2 weeks, Sunday morning devotion, just to let our online congregation know that we would not be having live streams. Our live streams will continue from Navratri. So please take note of this. So for online congregation until April the 9th, Jai Jai, Sitaram.